Are you looking for a website launch checklist? So what should you be looking out for when you launched a brand new website? And what should you be testing for? And let's face it, the whole purpose you're developing a new website is to generate you more leads, more conversions, and more sales. Now, if there's certain things that are fundamentally wrong with your website, then ultimately it's not going to convert. You're not going to get your sales. You're not going to get your conversions. You're not going to get your leads. And especially if you're pouring money into digital marketing campaigns like Google Ads, for example, right, whereby we take traffic from Google Ads straight onto your website. But if your website has got fundamental errors with it, then it's not going to convert into sales or inquiries, regardless of how good your Google Ads campaign may be, or your digital marketing campaign for that matter. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through 10 of the most basic fundamental things that you must test with your website in order to give it half a chance of being a profitable website which can help your business to grow. Before I do continue, my name is Ajay Dhunna. I'm a digital marketing expert. I've done everything from developing Google Ads campaigns, SEO campaigns, building websites. So I've seen the whole track. I know exactly what it takes in order to create a successful digital marketing campaign. And watch till the end, because firstly, I've got something to give away to you, and secondly, the last few items are the items that people mostly fail on, which ultimately results in the failure of a digital marketing campaign. So let's get on with the show. First thing you want to make sure is that you have got an SSL certificate installed on your website. And what that is, it's the HTTPS at the start of your website. And if without having that, what it means is that people that are coming onto your website are looking at a non-secure website. Google is going to prioritize those websites that have got an SSL certificate installed over those which have not. If you don't know how to do that, you simply need to go to your website developers, and your website developers should be able to install that for you. But not only is it good from a trust perspective, so that when people are looking at your website, they know that they can trust your website because the data being transmitted is secure, but it's also going to help with your SEO, because again, like I said, it's going to help Google to prioritize secure websites over non-secure websites. Second thing you need to make sure that your website has got is that you've done proper user testing and you've got feedback from your potential customers, or even people that you know that might be your friends, your family, your work colleagues. Tell them to look at the website, use it, and when they've used it, give you some feedback on it. Because what happens typically is that you might take something for granted. You might think, hey, it's quite obvious, that button's there and people got to click on it. But what might be obvious to you may not be obvious to your end users. So it's absolutely imperative you test your website, and you test it independently. And what you've got to do in this process, you've got to address any issues that have been identified during your user experience. So when people give you feedback, implement that feedback, because they are simulating your real end users. Number 3, and most importantly, make sure that your website is responsive. Because what happens is that most of your traffic, most of your visitors will start off from mobile first, right? So they'll look at your website on a mobile device, and only then will they look at it on a desktop device. So you need to make sure that you test your website for responsiveness across various screen sizes. So test it on a desktop, test it on a mobile, test it on a tablet, and see what it looks like, and see whether the website is usable on all devices. Number 4, implement Google Tag Manager, otherwise known as GTM. So what Google Tag Manager does is it simplifies tag management. So when you want to install tracking code within your website, like for example Google conversion code, so you want to get accurate reports, you want to install your Facebook pixel or your TikTok pixel, instead of asking your website developers to do that every single time, if you've got Google Tag Manager installed, you can simply install everything through Google Tag Manager, which is going to save you a whole load of trouble of finding developers and messing around with your website code. So it's absolutely imperative that right from day one you've got your Google Tag Manager installed into your website. And in order to do that, you simply need to go to tagmanager.google.com and just follow the prompt in order to install the tag code into your website in the first place. Number 5, set up Google Analytics. So you got to configure Google Analytics to track your website performance. And what it does, it helps you to monitor your key metrics. In other words, like how many visitors are you getting onto your website? What are the user behavior? What are the conversion rates? Right? It also gives you user insights, so you can make data-driven decisions. For example, you might see that, hey, visitors that are coming from this campaign that I've launched over here, right, like I don't know, a particular Google campaign or Google Ads campaign is performing much better than a campaign that that SEO might be driving. So you might be doing SEO, you might be doing Google Ads, so they can prioritize where your revenue is coming from. Or even delve a bit more deeper into it, you can say, hey, a lot of people who are converting from this geographical area of your country, therefore it might be worthwhile putting more budget towards that area because that's where I'm getting my sales and my leads from. And in order to install Google Analytics, you simply need to go to analytics.google.com or speak again to your website developer or your marketing agency in order to help you install Google Analytics. But it's absolutely imperative to install it because it will have your historical data too. So you want to see trends, you want to see what it was like 6 months ago compared to 3 months ago compared to last week, and so on. Ensure that you've got Google Search Console set up. So what Google Search Console does is it helps to monitor your website. It's almost like your website doctor. So if there's any issues with your website, the first place that you need to look at is your Google Search Console. But not only is it going to act like your website doctor, but it's also going to help you to rank your website within SEO to help you get more traffic. It's going to help Google to understand what each individual page of your website is about, and therefore you've got a better chance of your website being listed when people are finding your products or services simply by installing Google Search Console. Then you need to make sure that following on from point number 6, if you've got a WordPress website, make sure you've got the Yoast plugin installed, especially for WordPress, as I said, because what it does is it helps to optimize your website. Now, what I mean is that you've got to tune your website, as well as telling Google Search Console, you've got to tune your website to say, hey, these are the keywords that I want to be listed for. So when someone types in, for example, if you're a chiropractor in London, I want to be at the first page of Google when someone types in chiropractor in London. So these plugins will help you to optimize or tune your website so that when people are searching for these keywords, you've got a chance of your website being listed on the first page of Google instead of your competitors. Now, if you're not using a WordPress website, you might be using other platforms such as Shopify, and there will be equivalent plugins for SEO which you can then install into your website to help you get better rankings, to better optimize your websites. Then you need to optimize for search engines. So like I said earlier, now in the earlier stage, what I said is that you're installing a Yoast plugin in order to help you optimize your website, and then you need to actually do like keyword research. You need to see what are the keywords that your potential customers are typing in into Google, which you can then benefit from. And there are certain keyword tools that you can use in order to do more keyword research. You can look at your competitors, such as one tool is Keyword Planner, or you can go for tools such as Ubersuggest, and just go to ubersuggest.com, type in your keywords, and then you can edit the content of your website to reflect that particular keyword, again to give you a better chance of being listed with the organic section, so you can get free traffic onto your website. Number 9 is create quality content. So what you should do is you need to make sure that every single website has got a blog in it, or a blog section, so you can start creating regular content. Because let's face it, if you're selling a product or a service, how many times can you update it? You can't update it every single week. But a blog, you can create new blogs every single day, every single week, and that's going to help your website to get listed in Google, and then you've got more of a chance of getting more traffic onto your website, more potential customers onto your website. And what you can do is that whenever you're creating blogs, you need to be focusing on specific topics which your audience will resonate with, or your potential customers will want to know about. So don't just write random blogs, write blogs about content or information that your potential customers are going to find of interest to them. Last but not least, form a marketing strategy. How are you going to get your customers onto your website, right? So you need to be speaking to a marketing expert, and they're going to advise you about the best marketing strategies, whether that strategy is using Google or Google Ads, or whether it's SEO, or whether it's doing retargeting, or whether it's Facebook marketing, or whether it's LinkedIn marketing. Now, instead of you doing all the guesswork, right, you've spent all this money developing a website. People are not going to find it by luck, right? You need to make proactive effort in order to promote that website, so that people can find it, and when they're looking for your products or services, they can find it, whether it's proactively or reactively. Now, your marketing expert will be able to advise you on the exact strategies that you need to be using in order to help your business grow. So if that is of use to you, get in touch with us, right? Feel free, there'll be a link somewhere around this video, and get in touch with us, and we'll go into a one-to-one call with you, so that we can advise the best strategies that you can implement within your website or your marketing campaigns, in order to drive you more conversions, more leads, more sales. And at the same time, we'll conduct a full website audit for you for absolutely free of charge. Right, we'll look at your website, we'll tell you what are the issues around your website, which is going to help you to get more conversions and more leads. Guys, I'd love you to subscribe to this channel. If you do like this content, please do hit that subscribe. I know you like this content, right? So why not do me a favor, because by hitting that subscribe button, you're going to help this content to reach more audiences. And at the same time, if you want to learn about Google Ads, I've got a book called How to Win Customers with Google Ads. You can have that book shipped to your door. The only thing you need to do is to cover the postage and packaging. There'll be a link in the description below. Thank you guys, and I look forward to seeing you on another video. Goodbye for now.